Hello guys, welcome again to the Modern African Man channel. And as I told you last time, tutakuwa na reading sessions. Now today is going to mark our first reading session, and we are going to read from the book I introduced to you last time, which is this one, People Who Changed the World. And bila kuongea mob, I'm going to start with the introduction so that you get a glimpse of what you expect and what you're going to read from this book. Remember, from today, make a point of clicking to my channel so that we can get to understand where the world started and where the world and the stages that the world has gone through and where the world is headed. This book is so powerful. I've been reading this book and it is really impacting me in so many ways. So this is the reason to why nimechoose kushare pia na nyinyi to change na to grow pamoja. Sawa? So I'm going to start by reading. Some people in history seem to have been born to transform the world. In the heyday of monarchy, now long gone, people were born into royal dynasties, and that placed them in a position where they were able to change things. For us to understand what I've read, inamaanisha hivi. Hii kitabu inasema kuna watu, there are some people wenye walizaliwa into monarchy. Monarchy ilikuwa system ya kurule way back yenye ilikuwa inatumiwa sana all over the world. Ilikuwa about kingship na kingdom. So tunaambiwa some of these people who changed the world were born into this family. Now being born in this family, iliwa put at a position where they can bring change in their society and the world at large. Sawa. An old-style absolute monarch had the power to declare war or make peace, and that decision in turn could change the course of history, not only for the nations directly concerned, but for our whole continent. Like I've just told you, being in that position, being born in a monarch, and having those privileges and power, and people you command, iliwa put in a position where walikuwa wanaweza leta war anytime they feel like, na pia wanaweza bring peace. Walikuwa na power kubwa sana, na walikuwa wana affect life ya watu in the world in different ways. Kuko tu in that position of a prince, princess ama king, kitu kama hiyo. Let's continue with our reading. Enthroned by an accident of birth, power handed to them on plate, hereditary monarchs have always been a position to order change. As the crown prince of Macedonia, Alexander the Great was in a strong position to do great things. Kwa wale wajui Alexander the Great alikuwa a warlord. That is term tunaweza tumia sahi sababu, na pia ile wakati alicelebratiwa sana hapo nyuma. During his time alicelebratiwa sana sababu aliconquer country mingi na alicolonize pia country mingi in the world. Alikuwa na move akiconquer one town to another, na it's like aliconquer the whole of Asia, and he was almost also coming to Africa. Tutasoma story yake hapo mbele, but I wanted you to know about Alexander the Great wenye hawamjui, na pia wenye wanamjua kuna wenye wako wanajua alikuwa anatoka Macedonia. Alexander the Great was born in Macedonia. He was in a strong position to do great things. Others have been born to inherit wealth, and that has given them the ability to do great things. Tolstoy was one of these people. Tunaambiwa hapa kuna wengine hawakuzaliwa kwa monarch ama kingdom families. Walizaliwa kwa familia zilikuwa na wealth na waka inherited wealth. Inherited wealth ni ile wealth yenye wazazi wako ama your forefathers wanawacha, walikuwa na mali mingi na sasa wewe una inherit. So hiyo ilikuwa na put some of them kama Tolstoy in a position of bringing change in the world, because they had the influence and the wealth to help them and to convince people na to bring change in the world. But there are many among the people featured in this book who are at the other end of the social scale. people who started with no advantage of birth and who had no family fortune to support them. Sio wale tu walizaliwa from rich and wealthy families walikuwa na hiyo chance ya kuchange world. Kuna wenye walizaliwa from humble families, families zenye zilikuwa poor, but situation walipitia iliwafanya pia wakabring change in the world. Tutawajua hapa mbele tukiendelea. Sometimes they were lucky with their teachers, as Shakespeare seems to have been. Shakespeare alikuwa author mkubwa sana na ameandika vitabu mingi, na tutajua mambo ya story yake hapo mbele. Some just lucky in having the right idea at the right moment. Kuna wenye tu walikuwa na idea na maono mazuri at the right time na at the right moment. Many of these people who come out of nowhere had origins that were unbelievably humble, and it looks as if sometimes it was the sheer hardship of their childhood that gave them the drive to escape poverty and powerlessness. Tunaambiwa hao wenye walitoka from humble families, wenye kwa families zenye hazikuwa na uwezo, hawakuwa in monarch ama hawakuwa in wealthy families, walikuwa tu watu ordinary. Hao wenye walitoka from ordinary lifestyles pia wao walikuwa na privilege ya kuchange world sababu ya hardship walipitia wakigrow na challenges zenye walipitia wakagrow, ili wafanye wakataka sana kuchange life yao ndio waishi maisha mazuri. Hiyo ikabring change in their lives and life ya watu wengi at large in the world. Newton, Rousseau, Robespierre, Dickens, Stanley, Spelman and Lomonosov are all members of this category. Hawa ni wenye walizaliwa from poor backgrounds na wakabring change in the world. Above all, it is in the qualities of determination, drive and tendency that mark out the world changers from the rest of humanity. Hawa watu wako na quality kingine yenye majority of people hawana. Unaona, tunaambiwa wako na qualities ya determination, wako determined sana, na kuna kitu in our drive, a tendency to drive them to achieve what they want. Hiyo ilikuwa ina make different, and ina make different from these other ordinary people. Walikuwa na kitu unique in them. Leibniz, Wilberforce, Pasteur and Edison stand out as prime examples of people who achieved things through sheer hard work. Leibniz, Wilberforce, Pasteur and Edison. Wengi wenyu wanajua about Edison sababu ya bulb. Na tunamjua Edison sababu tunaambiwa yeye ndiye alidiscover bulb. Hii bulb tunatumia kwa manyumba na everywhere. Hao ndio, yeye ni amongst wase wenye walitoka from ordinary ama simple and humble families na wakabring change in the world. Hard work yao ndio ilifanya wakaleta change in the world.